It's the motherfucking wormhole, homie. It's the motherfucking wormhole, homie. Yeah, yeah. It's the motherfucking wormhole, homie. It's the motherfucking wormhole, homie. Yeah, yeah. What the fuck is up, y'all? It's your boy Andy Savage back with another episode of the Wormhole podcast. Here with me, as always, is my co-host, my homie, my fellow shithead. Give it up for motherfucking Pinky.
What up, y'all?
What
Sorry, that
up?
was weak. That was weak. What up, y'all?
Yeah, spot on.
Hey,
Perfect.
Pinky.
What's happening, man?
No, not much. Not much. Starting a new job. Nothing interesting, so we won't go into that. But be back to making money.
He's back hooking.
Hooking. Yeah.
Hooking for the man. Hooking for the
No,
man.
for the ladies. For the ladies.
The lady boys. Yeah, man.
Lady boys.
Yeah, the workforce sucks. One day maybe we'll be able to pay the bills, living our dreams. One day. But until then, we gotta have the man pay them for us.
Yep, that's right. Dependence on the upper echelon.
That's right. Um, you know, I dislike the government, but I don't know what I would do without them. I'd be fucked without them. Anarchy sounds so good, but then also, if you really, really
And
think
you
about
really
it,
gotta
it
think
sounds
about it,
so
though.
bad. Like,
No, yeah, definitely. Like, nobody's gonna be happy unless you're a complete fucking sick lunatic who's
yep.
just loving every second of the desolation. No.
Every movie that you've ever watched or TV show where it was a lack of government and there was a little bit of an anarchy rules, there's always somebody that's like the head guy, and he's always the most sick and deviant fucking one of all of them, because everybody's like, man, yeah, I'm not gonna fucking cross the lines that guy will cross. So,
hmm
so
hmm
he's the scariest one.
He's the one to fear.
Yep, yep, because he's the one that'll fuck you and then eat you. So,
Yeah. I mean, you know what I see is that, like, no matter what the change is in government, no matter what the rule is, the new bill, new law, whatever, like, there's people who advocate for it, but then there's people who don't. Like, no matter what government does, you're never going to make everybody happy. There's always going to be a large crowd of people who are very upset about whatever it is. Because I don't know, it just seems like there's like two polar. There's two kinds of reality, like two different kinds of people, two different perspectives that are just completely opposing. I never meet people who are like, oh, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't happen. It's either you're all the way over there or you're all the way over there. And yeah, I just feel like there's nothing that government can do to make everybody happy, but to completely get rid of government, that would mean no police, no anything. Like,
yeah.
you think that you fear the government, you think that you fear the police and stuff like that. Like, you're going to fear literally every living human being that surrounds you if there is no government in place to protect you and no police to protect you and shit like that. You're going to fear everything. You're going to
Yes,
live in such a deeper fear in that environment than you do in this governmented environment.
right. The world's cutthroat. You're fucking every man
Yeah,
for
man.
himself. So
Mm-hmm.
when it's every man for himself, you can't trust nobody. And that's
You know,
not,
like,
you don't want to live looking behind your shoulder every day. That's a rough way to live too. The
yeah.
closest thing I could say I lived to that is just being in prison for fucking 8 years. You know, there is a little bit of that, looking behind your shoulder all the time, and always have you always on your square. Um, but it's still governed. You know what I mean? So it's not absolute chaos rules.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'd, like I said, it sounds great in theory and it might be fun for a few days, but I don't think that I'd want that long term. For sure.
No, I think you'd get a lot of communes and stuff like that, but then you'd also get a lot of criminal enterprises and criminal organizations and stuff like that that go around
Probably.
pillaging and stuff like
Yeah, that
that, you
that
know?
fucking literally victimizes said communes.
Yeah.
You know?
Because who's going to stop them? You know, there is
Yeah.
no government, there's no armies or anything like that.
Wow, you guys got a lot of ladies here. Sweet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a story that's actually written in time plenty of
Yeah.
times by plenty of civilizations and
Part of
shit. It happens,
there
y'all.
was two words that happened when villages were raided. There was called raping and pillaging, and the first word is usually always raping because that's the best treasure, and then the gold. You know, the honey
Yeah.
pot and then the gold.
Yep. And you know what? Like, there's people who have a perspective that if you talk about these things, these facts, that you are a sick person, you know, like that you advocate for these things just because you talk about them. No, like we're talking about facts and stuff, you know,
No,
like
it's real. It's being realistic
yeah,
because
it's being realistic.
you know
Like I wouldn't be raping and pillaging or anything like that. I'd want to be one of the people in like a well secured commune and stuff like
if
that. But I would be living in fear, definitely, of getting freaking the wall knocked down and shit.
rule number one is know thine enemy. You know, you have to be educated in the evils of the world to be able to protect yourself from said evils.
Right.
You know, no one, you don't have just randomly brave people that are able to be fucking constant heroes. You know, the constant heroes that comes from practice. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? That comes from a heroic motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like anybody could do the right thing and be a hero at least once. But to constantly be the dude that everybody looks to for protection, you're not going to do that without knowing what you're up against. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to
Yeah.
be able to perform like that. You need to
Mm-hmm.
and even though we are in a governmental society, everything's good um society wise. We're not at a collapse just yet. You know, you should still be that hero. You know what I mean? You should still sharpen your skills on self survival, self preservation, and then go above self preservation and try to preserve others. You know, help others. Whether it's, you know, if you got family members or something like that, you know, you got to fucking take the reins and you got to handle business for the people around you that look to you for that kind of protection. And
Mm-hmm.
that's in real life. Like I said, that's not we're not in a collapsed society. This could be as simple as like you being the provider or, you know, assisting in the providing role. You know, if you're a fucking you got uh what do you call it, like a wife and kids and all that stuff, you know, you got two people that are providing essentially because they're both working and everything like that. That provider role is a little bit altered now. It's not just like one sided anymore,
Mm-hmm.
which is cool. You know, shit. Anybody that's ever lived in a dual income household will tell you, man, that's fucking cool. Like I
It's
am.
necessary
It's well,
now.
yeah. Nowadays, it's fucking absolutely necessary. But there's people that don't have it and survive, but yet dad's never home. You know what I mean? Like
Either
us.
that or he's got a really good career.
Yeah. Yeah, and if he's got the good career, you got the perfect life, man. You know, you really do. If you got
Those are really the only people who are really getting by and shit
and
right now
and
and not struggling
and they're
through.
happy because, you know, home shit's able to get taken care of, money shit's fine. You know, like when I can come home, if I had to bust my ass and I can come home and I can just fucking chill, like how fucking cool of a life is that? I don't mind busting my ass if I can come home and chill. But it's when you bust your ass and then you come home and you got to bust your ass more and you just never feel like you're getting any rest and that fucking just driving down on you. Like that's when people hit their fucking breaking points and their mental health declines and everything like that, you know? Um so like if you had half of that stress, fucking we manage because we're managing with all of that stress, and we're still able to fucking make every day happen. Fucking barely, but we're making it happen. You know?
Hmm. And you know what? Like I've always felt that like the best life that you can live has to contain like at least half struggle. Because feel like we've touched on this before, and in order to satisfy you, in order to make you happy and everything, like you have to understand what it's like to be without in
Right.
order to appreciate having it. Like there has to be um, the underside to get as much appreciation out of having these things. And yeah, so struggle, I feel, is like not a bad word. I never felt like struggle is a bad word. There's definitely people who struggle way too much. That just plagues their mind every moment. They can't be happy. They can't afford the things that they need, let alone the things that they want. And yeah, those cases are sad.
Yeah,
But
and it's weird because I've noticed that certain people choose different struggles. You know, like you have people that struggle financially. That's always the worst one, right? Like when you're trying everything that you're capable of and you're still struggling financially, that's the worst feeling. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that struggle financially, but that's because they're not giving it their 100%. They're not they say, and they're even if they're convincing themselves that they're giving it their 100%, they're not. They're just not. You know what I mean? Like they have a convoluted view of it, and they think they're doing their best, and they could do so much better. You know, like they just got to break out of that thought process to like
mm-hmm.
really fucking see the big picture, and then they can do much better. But I've noticed that there's people that even choose the struggle of like having just drama around them constantly because they feed off of it. They live for drama. Like
Mm-hmm.
I live such a mundane and drama free life nowadays compared to the life I lived fucking 20 years ago. Like 20 years ago every day was absolute chaos. Constant fucking whirlwinds of bullshit, fucking left and right, And now that I don't deal with any of that, like the biggest thing for me is like I wake up and my shoulder hurts and I gotta go to work. And then I gotta come home and sit on my fucking butt. And there's no new TV shows to watch. Like that is the biggest fucking struggle I got. I gotta cook some dinner.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right, right, right.
I haven't had a good poop in a few days. Like there's nothing really. Like zero fucking drama. I'm
Just
not.
sometimes just seeing that like people on the outside struggle even harder than you, that like, just having that comparison makes you feel better about your own life and being
Oh,
like, wow, it could be so much better. That does not work for everybody
as
though.
soon as I start having like mental health issues, I try to look outside of it. Like I get depression a lot. That's not debilitating depression because I know some people that like can't leave the house, crying fucking constantly. I don't want to say it's like that, but I get down. I notice that I get down because I don't really feel like doing much. That's where I don't get sad. I'm not sitting at home crying. Like I mean I'm sad a lot when I've had a pretty fucked up life. So if I get to reminiscing too hard, I can fucking tank. But I try not to do that. I focus on other shit. I keep myself busy. So an idle mind is a fucking terrible place. You
Yeah.
know.
Mhm. Yeah, and when you're in depression, man, while you're in depression, you're just digging a hole. It's like digging a hole. You're just getting deeper and deeper. The longer you stay depressed, the harder it's going to be to climb out.
That's why I do this kind of shit. Like fucking do something to
Mm-hmm.
take your mind off of it. Like talk about something else. Like refocus that energy somewhere else because I could focus on negative shit all day long. All day.
Yeah.
I could be on this microphone right here and list off my problems day in, day out, and I can just fucking constantly the never ending pity well. Never ending pity well. But I've just never been that person. I hate I my dad was kind of like that. He loved people's pity. You know, he loved the
Oh,
attention and the
hmm,
pity
hmm.
and all that. And like
Right, I seen that.
to me,
Hmm.
that is the most embarrassing thing. Like
It's
I
pathetic.
don't want your attention,
Pathetic.
period. And every
Wanting people to feel sorry for you, I know people like that too, man. And they love it. They like it, but a normal person doesn't want to be pitied, you know? Doesn't want people to feel sorry for them. It's a weird thing.
before he liked the pity train, one of his things was always like he would always brag to people about his punishments for me. Like he was like clever or something. Like he'd be like, "Man, oh yeah, I fucked him up, punched him in his fucking face a bunch of times," and like you'd see so many people that were just like, "Oh," but like instantly, like they're like, "What the fuck?" Like why? And then oh man, that shit would drive you nuts because it wasn't
It's horrible
it
that you
wasn't
got raised by somebody who could be proud of something like that, man. That's
yeah.
that's a
He
from
just
the
loved
get
the
go.
attention.
You were fucked,
He
man.
thought he thought it made him seem tough or something like that. Like
Beating on this kid.
he's not able to fight people at the bar anymore. So now he fights his bad kid and then brags
I could
about it.
never imagine anybody being impressed by that. Even
Yeah,
like the total dickhead.
yeah,
What?
yeah. He was fucked, man.
Ay, ay, ay.
But yeah, yeah. So so yeah, but needing that kind of attention. But there's so many people that are like that. So many people, not necessarily like that, but like
Right, right, right,
so
right.
many people that just seek attention. I mean, even to the point where like you don't. I remember as kids, you'd have the kid that would come up and just make up stories and lie and be like, "Oh yeah, I got this," or like, "I found this level in a game," and like absolute bullshit. You know what I mean? Just wants attention, but
To impress his peers. That's
it's
what he wants to do.
so fucked up because there's still adults that do that shit all day, day in, day out. I'm hearing at work people constantly just storytelling, like absolute storytelling. I could fucking, I mean,
Call their bullshit.
I could call their bullshit instant.
Yeah, I call bullshit all sometimes with people too. I immediately spot the people who are just loaded with
I sit
bullshit.
in the break room at work, like, you can hear everybody's conversation, but there's one specific table at the break room that has the loudest mouths in the building, and they all sit with each other. And
Mm.
I'm just listening to them story tell from fucking tables away, eating my lunch, like every day, every day. And I'm listening to the stories, and like
Sounds like cap, cap,
I've
cap, cap.
I've lived the shits. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at what we're doing right now, you see the Wormhole podcast. This is a testament to change. You know what I'm saying? Like all of this is a testament to change. Like I don't deserve this life. Like I fucking the life I lived before this, crime, in and out of fucking jail and prison, and fucking I was a completely different person, like mentally, physically, just a 1,000% different. I could not fucking imagine when I'm listening to these people tell these stories. Like I've lived it, brother. You know what I'm saying? You are full of shit. Like this is not real. And you're storytelling to a bunch of fucking suburb people that have never done shit with their lives. They're like, wow. And they're fucking so enamored by your bullshit because they've never fucking lived for real, so they can't call you on the shit. They
Yeah.
they believe it. And to the point where
I
like
see it in comment sections of fake ass videos and shit all the time. It doesn't take much to get one over people's head, dude. Like even the videos that are like, wife catches man cheating or something like that, and it's all filmed from like,
oh
like
yeah.
you get to see the woman come home and spot the guy and stuff like that, but it's just like somebody's filming it, and
Yeah.
nobody thinks like, was somebody just
Who's the
sitting in the
camera
corner
guy?
here while these people were having dinner, and yeah, like who the hell is this, and they're like, oh damn, like, oh, busted, and all, like
Yeah,
so
and
many
we
people like,
and now we know
use your
cameras.
head.
And now we know cameras enough to know that these aren't cell phone cameras. Like these are professional
Oh yeah,
cameras
you
that
can
they're
tell the
using to
difference.
shoot
Hmm,
this
hmm.
shit. There's lighting. Like
But I mean, even like I'll see the ones where it's a cell phone,
yeah.
and but it'll be like from the perspective of some person who's not there. It's like, huh?
Yeah, it's nuts, man.
Oh,
It's
man.
nuts. But like the storytelling is is something else, man. It's something else. I've heard people talk about their fucking leaders of gang organizations, things like that. They don't even know their own fucking literature. And as a I live that life too, man. It's nuts, bro. It's
I
nuts.
definitely met people who were just loaded with bullshit, dude. There's this one dude I worked with who he'd always come to work dressed super clean and like brand new J's, and he had just like big old gold chains around his neck and shit like that. And he'd always say they real, they real. But he always had to take them off before he went through the metal detector. It's like, yeah, you're so loaded with shit, man.
Yeah, I never understood that shit, man. I I don't know what that is, but I've never understood dressing like that to go to work.
Oh, and he would like work super slow, wouldn't let anything touch his body, so he like slowly
We're
picking up boxes and
like
shit.
we work in dirty work environments. Like we work in warehousing and it's not a clean environment. There's dust, there's
Extremely dusty.
it's lots of dirt. So I would first off I would never wear my good clothes, but because of like conveyors and constant things like that, what is the point of wearing jewelry? Like they literally tell us not to.
Yeah, yeah. Even at my work, they talk
Like
about it. You can get caught in the conveyor.
like they literally tell
Long
you
hair
not to.
too.
But well, long hair I get because like I'm not gonna cut my fucking hair for a job. You know, like I don't have no hair, but you know. But it just doesn't make sense to me that like people are so impressed. They're so worried about impressing somebody else. You know, with the storytelling, with fucking dressing like in your best clothes to go to work. You know, I get it. If you're a customer facing person and you need to look your best, right? We're not customer facing. We're facing boxes, homie. You know, like what are we doing here?
When you're dressing like that, you're looking for attention, positive attention and people to think that you're,
Like,
upper class and everything. So, like, half of the people who, well, not even half, a very small percentage, I say, the people who actually do, like, whoa, like, check out the J's, like, damn, is that freaking, I don't know, Louis Vuitton? I don't fucking know it, guys.
yeah.
Like, like there, it does work on some people, but then the rest of it, like, this fucking clown, but
I
what they
mean,
say, any publicity is good publicity. These people are trying to be a personality. They're trying to seem like they're
that's
something,
true. That's
and that you're
true.
talking about them. You're talking about them. So,
Yeah, they got our attention right now even.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
true.
Jay Will,
I never
my boy
thought
Jay Will, and he was cool, but loaded with cat.
I never thought about there trying to be a personality. You know, that kind of fucking hit a light bulb. I was like, that makes sense. You know, somebody trying to be a personality, and that's cool. You know, everybody wants to be original, right? And I guess I could celebrate originality. Same
Oh,
difference with
absolutely.
you know, I sell absolutely
Not
be,
cookie cutter personality though.
but you as far as like even wearing expensive clothes, maybe that's part of the personality. I gotta like that so I can wear expensive clothes and just fuck them up at this job. I don't care about this stuff. But the fact is that you do care about it because you're not letting boxes touch you.
Right, yeah.
You don't want to fuck these clothes up, so you're fake flexing. You
I
know?
parked I parked a little too car close to this J Will dude's car. He had like a classic car, donk or whatever. Parked a little too close to it, and he came up to me. Hey man, he had to talk with me about it, talking about like I was, what did he say? He said it was something along the lines of slash my tires or something like that. And I was like, hey man, listen, we're making a lot of this, dude. We're talking about a fucking parking spot. Are we really about to throw down over a goddamn parking spot? I managed to diffuse that one. I was not about to fucking. See, that's the thing, man. Like, I'm not against fighting. Sometimes it's fucking necessary. You know, sometimes you got a real argument going on. The only thing that's gonna settle it is whoever
It's
beats whose ass. You know.
fisticuffs.
Yeah. And I've been in fights too, and I know that after a fight, like everything's cool. You know, everything's fine after that. Like you may even become best buddies the second after. You know, but like it's what was I gonna say? Fuck. uh like I'm selective about what I'm gonna fucking fight about, because you know what, like if it ended up coming to blows over this fucking parking space and shit like that, and you know our faces are busted up and all that shit, we got to explain to everybody that we lost our job and that we got into a fight because of a damn parking spot. That's fucking embarrassing, dude. Like, if I'm not mad, if I don't feel like this at all justifies a fucking fist fight, I'm gonna try my best to fucking diffuse it, or just be like, no, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, there's certain things.
Not having a fight over this, you're being ridiculous.
There's certain things that I like. I've lived, like I said, I've lived the shit. So I've even had conversations with my wife. You know, she knows that we live the most mundane life, and I was like, but she knows that at any moment, you know, and this goes for her or me or anybody. You know, at any moment, we have to prepare for the rug to be ripped out underneath you, because you don't know. It could be tomorrow where you're at work and somebody talks to you out of pocket and they just say the right words. And I'm going to fuck them up.
Yeah, that boiling point. Yeah.
You know, well, like if somebody was like, man, shut up, bitch. Like, or you know, like just something crazy that no one would ever say to you, but like they came just such out of
Fighting
pocket,
words.
fighting shit, like, or just like the fighting, that aggressive vibe or something like that, you know, that could always happen. And
You've been to prison, so that's your reaction to that kind of thing. But I
never,
can definitely laugh off somebody calling me bitch and being disrespectful. It doesn't ever bother words never bother me. Like somebody can call me a fag, and it's not. I'm not gonna be like, oh, like I'm gonna beat his ass. Like it's not my reaction to that. It's just a
I don't,
word.
I
And you
don't, I don't
bullies,
react to
people
that
who
like.
do things like that, I feel bad for them because they obviously got their own struggles and problems that they're going through at the moment that they feel they got to lash out at somebody randomly like that.
I mean, it's been a minute since I've had to throw hands, but I mean, let me think. It's been last time I got into it was I got into a bar fight with some people with my dad. So that was 2013.
Holy shit.
So
You're on a
I'm
good streak, boy.
pretty recent, you know,
Kinda.
not
Yeah.
not high school. Like I was still a grown man. I was like almost 30.
I haven't had any
Yeah, I was like 27
fist
still.
fights as a grown man.
I haven't had nothing since then. I shoved somebody at work inside of a trailer, and that was it.
Nice.
That was it. But that was like,
Did he squeak when he hit the wall?
n- no, but like he wasn't. I don't know. He was just kind of talking out of pocket, like really out of pocket. Like he was yelling and shit, and then he was working in the trailer by himself, like 30 minutes later, and I walked up past that trailer and I walked into it, and there was no one around, and that was what made it the best for me, because that's when I'm not aggressive for show. You know what I mean? Like I fucking shoved him into the fucking trailer wall, and I was like, "What's up?" You know what I mean? Like all that yelling and screaming and shit you were doing and trying in front of people and trying to make me look like something. You know what I mean? Like where's that energy now? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's that energy? And instantly, like he didn't want to fight, so he's like, oh no, like got super apologetic instantly. And I'm not gonna like, I don't pick on lesser people, you know, like I don't pick on anybody. You know what I mean? Unless you fucking deserve it, fucking Zach. But that's it. You know, I don't. I'm not a bully. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not
No, no, neither
aggressive.
am I.
I'm not
Neither am I.
aggressive. I don't fucking yell at people. I'm not commanding. I'm not demanding. I'm one of the fucking chillest people you can hang out with. But don't fucking play me like a bitch either. You know what I mean? Like, because like I said, what you see is not what I'm not an open book. You know what I'm saying? I uh I lived a fucking crazy life before this, so I got a lot of fucked up wires in there.
You got some triggers, I'm sure. Yeah. But you know what? I think that whole being quick to blows thing is an American thing, man. That might actually be part of American culture. Because I've seen so many times, like in other
America,
countries,
fuck
like
yeah.
Britain, UK, and stuff like that, people like saying nasty, nasty things to each other, like in their face, like getting real ugly. And I'm like, like if this fucking argument was happening in America, it would have been at blows 2 minutes ago. Like they get fucking in it, but they don't end up pushing or fighting or nothing. Man. They just fuck you, mate, fuck you,
Well,
bye, bye.
in Australia, it's a little different. They'll fucking box in
Oh, Australia,
Australia.
yeah.
Australia, but that
They hear the
Australians,
kangaroos.
but Australia was a fucking prison continent.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's some fucking hard people, man. Like
Definitely. The natives are of criminal descent.
they're fucking they're some hard people. Like, and but
Hmm.
what's crazy is like usually the hardest people are some of the coolest people. So like when you see some of the scariest looking people in your life, and this is something I learned in prison, some of the scariest looking people in your life are the coolest motherfuckers. It's because they can go to that level and discipline themselves not to. You know what I'm saying? Like they've lived at the lowest of the lows. And why? It's so much better to be happy, but don't test that person. You know what I'm saying? Because they got a fucking demon in them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And and there's so many people like that, but at the same time, you don't need to there's no reason for you to ever want to bring out the bad person in somebody. Like for what? For what? So who cares if this person looks scary because you're having normal interactions with them? Like every human being is capable of normal interaction too, unless you're fucking psychotic. But
Hmm.
like not everything is fucking anger and fighting. Like you can have normal conversations with angry people. You know,
Ex-cons and stuff. Yeah.
even the fucking the raging violent alcoholic dad and all that shit. He's around because there's moments when he's not like that. You know what I mean? Like you can talk to dad sometimes, right? Because if he's always like that, then normally your fucking family's just gonna fall apart around you. It's not gonna be everybody sticking with you. It's just not right now. Dad's a little fucking off right now. But like normally he's cool,
Hmm.
right? And that's how it is out in prison too. Like you'll have a lot of people that they got fucking messed up wires, so a lot of that trickles into like you'll see homeless people out on the street same way, they got some fucking they can be normal at times, but they have wires loose. So whereas that's the mental illness comes out more.
Yeah. I
But
know some criminal ass fucking people, some hardened motherfuckers,
but
and
but but even
sometimes, yeah, it is nice being in their presence and all that shit. It can be entertaining and stuff. But then there's times where you're like, "Fuck, get
you're
me away from this
reminded
fucking
that they're a
person."
criminal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They remind you of who they really are. But I mean, there's been I can't tell you how many times, man. I've had fucking beers and conversations, and some of the best conversations with absolutely fucking nuts people because you just catch them in a good moment. Like
Hmm.
you catch
Hmm.
them in a
Yeah.
normal moment when like you can conversate and you can see that person without all of the fucking armor, without all of the personality that they've built and all of that put on, and you can like communicate. But then, like I said, with them wires being crossed, though, some motherfuckers are just quick to flip. They got them triggers that like they'll be cool 1 second, and then the next moment they're fucking 0 to 100 the opposite direction, and now they're fucking committing crime. They're over here fucking pulling guns out and fighting, and and doing
I can
crazy
see though,
shit.
like I'm sure it's common that people come out of jail after doing a bit, went in as a total piece of shit, evil individual, and came out completely rehabilitated. I think
It's
that
not
does
as common
happen.
as you would think.
Cause like
There's
you
my
just did years for committing crimes. Like,
yeah,
aren't you gonna want to get out and like avoid crime as
you
hard
would
as you fucking can?
you would think, but there's actually over a 60% recidivism rate,
That's fucking wild,
and
man.
the
Which means that jail probably ain't all that bad.
it fucked me up. Well, the only thing you're missing is pussy.
Oh, that's a big one.
That's the only thing you can't.
Nothing but dudes all the
That's
time.
that's it.
That's a big one, I
Everything
think.
else, like you can find entertainment, you can find. That's all you really need, right?
Somebody there
You
who
have
can draw a
food,
nice set of
you have
boobs.
food, shelter, and entertainment. You have all three of those things. So, I mean, it ain't that bad, but real life's better. You know, free
Hmm.
life is much better. There's people that don't feel that way. But I feel that way. Free life is much better. Much better. But there's also like, um, besides the recidivism rate, my specific PO, I had when I got out of prison, I had from 2013 to 2019. So I had 6 years of probation to do afterwards. And I had an interstate compact because my shit happened in Wisconsin and me moving to Illinois directly out of getting out of prison. So I had like paperwork I had to get put in and all that so that I could do my probation here in this state. But the officer I had, he only did interstate compact people. So like he had all different types of people. And I don't want to say we were cool, but like we were pretty cool. You know, like he always did home visits. So he was always in my house. So like you got to be at least cordial with somebody you're letting into your home that literally control has the fucking keys to the rest of your life. You know, he can make the decision to put me back in there, or he can keep me out here and let me get away with some of the things that I do that ain't always fucking hunky dory. So, he was super cool. Like when I say cool, I mean just I had a conversation. Hey, how you doing? Like
A mutual respect.
mutual respect for the man that held the fucking keys to my future.
Hmm.
And
And a lot of the time, you'll get a PO that has no respect for the other person. So,
and it, and he didn't have that respect at first for me, but he ended up having that respect for me at the end, to the point where I was one of his last people. He retired.
mm,
He retired young though, so he was only like 50 or something.
wow,
Like he
that's a
was
good
like
age to retire. Flack.
late 40s, early 50s. Cause like he played softball and all that shit. Like he would fucking tell me all types of shit. He got comfortable with me and would like start talking later
Hmm.
on, like during home visits. And to me, I was like cool because I smoked weed, and that's a no. But he told me off jump. He was like, I don't really care if you smoke weed. It's like about to get legal in our state anyway. And I was like, all right, well, I don't smoke. And at the time I wasn't. But then I started smoking again because that's my vice, man. I like to get a little high. Um,
As a PO, man, he's compared to other POs, he sounds to me like he's like the toppity
yo, I
coolest.
got I got lucky, bro.
Yeah, he did get
And
lucky, and it probably had something to do with him being so close to retirement too.
and so he would still drug test me, and but he only drug tested me 2 times. He did 2 times, and then I had one surprise one because I went to some fucking like state sponsored such bullshit too. This let me tell you how they
Cannabis cup.
no, let me tell you how they fuck us. Let me tell you how they fuck us. They had a job fair for people, and they sent us this letter in the mail, and they sent it to me because it was from the not the probation department, but like the justice department of the state. Like the state of Illinois was doing this thing, and they had it for us for a job fair. So we did the whole job fair, and you're walking upstairs to this other part of the job fair, and guess what's in the middle of the hallway on the way upstairs? A big ass bathroom, and they're like, "Oh, hey, while you're here, all y'all need to piss in cups."
Oh,
Busted so many people with dirty drops. They
wow.
just surprise dropped us all. They were like, "Oh, hey, come to this event. You know, we're gonna get help you get a job and all that shit." And they literally fucked us all with surprise drop. Had nothing to do with jobs. The drug test was specifically for the fucking probation department.
It's dirty. That was
It's
really
such a
fucking
dirty
dirty.
move, man. And they got,
Because you could have been a bum and not win at all, right?
yeah, yeah.
Mm,
I could have not won at all, but because I went, they rewarded me with a surprise drug test.
fucking.
And
That's dirty. That's too fucking dirty. Because that's just gonna keep people from going to job fairs.
all I did was smoke weed, so I didn't have nothing else in my system. But like somebody else I knew, and he was actually a buddy of mine in school, but we didn't know each other into adulthood. I just happened to see him there at this fucking probation event, so I was like, ah, birds of a fucking feather, brother, you know. But he was like,
See,
man, I just fucking, I don't know what kind of pill he did the other day before that, but he was like, he told me what he was like. Oh man, I got this fucking something in my system, and I was like, oh no, it was a Xanax, whatever fucking Xanax is in your system.
mm,
But he was like, man, I was doing them. I was like, oh fuck. And then I dirty dropped for weed. Um, they didn't do nothing about it, and because it was weed, weed was
mm.
the one that like everybody kind of they kind of just let go.
Brushed off, yeah.
If I were to have done any other drug though and ever dropped dirty off anything, I would have been back in prison. And I didn't really start smoking until he gave me that go ahead. And he was like, "If it's weed and shit, I don't care about that. It's just I'm gonna test you because I just want to make sure you're not on anything else." And then he tested me one time, seeing I just had a little bit of weed in there. Never fucking bothered me again. Never made me piss again. Every single time he came, I had that hot fucking fake piss on me ready. I had that motherfucking quick fix on me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I had that shit on me every single time, and I never had to use it. I would always fucking be able to pull it out and fucking put it up, but I was always prepared, bro. I was like, I don't ever want to take his word at face value. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was scared because I was like, who's to say that he says it's cool and then as soon as I do it, got your motherfucking ass, like tricked you,
Mm-hmm.
and nah, I'm straight on that.
That reminded me of fucking how Tony would always carry around fake piss at work because he drove a forklift
Yeah.
and he was always crashing. So he carried around the fake piss, and it was like at least a couple times it fucking burst in his pocket or leak in his pocket or something, and he would just work the rest of the day reeking of piss. He doesn't fucking care, man.
Dude, I used real piss, like somebody else's piss one time,
Me too. I
and
did that one time too.
my buddy and it's funny because like I didn't even know anybody with clean piss. My buddy hit up his brother to give me
Wow.
clean piss. He gave me the clean piss, and then like this is before I used fake piss, so I didn't know about the cool little squeeze bottles and all that shit with the temperature strips and all that shit. I had it in a pill bottle, and
Oh my god.
I had his piss in a pill bottle inside of a, and then that was what I carried it on me in. And then in the fridge at home, I had a mason jar with more of his piss. And I was like, dude, I have piss. I have another man's piss in my refrigerator. That's fucked up.
Wow.
And then the piss was spilling inside of that fucking pill bottle, and my balls were fucking soaked with this dude's piss. Like I could smell someone else's piss on my balls, and like I that was
Traumatizing.
that was the fucking it traumatized me to the point where I was like, I can never use someone else's piss again.
Oh god.
A fucking piss chimp.
Oh man, mine went pretty well when I did it, dude. I went. I had the drug test to go to. I had the time and all that. I went to a buddy who was clean, got him to pee in one of those bottles with the temperature gauge and all
Yeah.
that shit. Sealed it up really fucking good. Had it in my pocket. Went straight to the drug test. Used it. Didn't have any leakage or anything.
Dude, the honestly, man, the feeling of another man's warm piss on your balls
Yeah, I
is
didn't have this where
is
it was next to my balls.
is this the worst?
It didn't
It,
bother me too bad.
no, mine was yeah, because it was in a bottle. I felt his warm piss making
Oh
my
yeah,
balls
you had
wet.
actual piss on you. Yeah, that's fucked. That is super, super fucked,
My
man.
underwear was
That's
wet.
cringeworthy.
My underwear was wet.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yep. Thankfully, I didn't smell it because if I would have smelled it, I probably would have fucking ate a bullet. No
Man.
bullshit. I don't think I could have fucking lived life knowing that. Like at that point, me and him may have well just fucked. Like we may as well just
Right.
fuck at this
You're
point.
thinking too much about it though, man, because piss is sterile, dude. You can use piss to sterilize fucking wounds and shit. It's
You can drink piss too, but
yeah, you can yeah.
I'm not gonna have another dude piss in my mouth.
Well, not straight in your mouth, but man,
Like
dire
fucking.
consequences and I mean dire needs. If you were fucking in the moment,
I,
I would drink another dude's piss if it meant dying instead. You know,
brother, I need hydration.
not straight in the mouth though. That's fucking gay. If we ain't got no cups.
straight from the tap, man. It's the it's like straight from the teat.
Oh no! Straight from the teat tastes good, man.
Straight from the teat.
There's nothing good about it. Straight from the teat.
Straight from the meat. Oh, it's the fucking. That's terrible, man.
Yeah.
That's some good shit.
Yeah, have you ever seen like people at the beach when they get stung by a jellyfish? If you got stung by a jellyfish, would you let a dude piss on the wound?
Why can't I piss on it?
Say it's in a place where you can't piss on it, or it's like your back or something.
Yeah, but also like my wife would be there, so I'd probably just have her piss rather than just
Say it
pick a.
happens at airsoft. We go airsoft into some Caribbean fucking island or some shit, and you
Yeah, that's
only the boys.
yeah. I mean, go ahead, right? Like,
Yep.
I don't like.
I'll pee on you.
I don't like this conversation. I don't. I'll
Who
piss
knows?
on you.
Maybe the pain just won't be bad enough. You're like, fuck it.
I think I'm all right. You know, like, I think I can sleep this one off, dog. You know, you're like, no, please, let me just piss.
No.
You'd be excited.
I'm a bit desensitized to piss, man. Because I found out that chick squirting is piss.
It's
There's piss in there.
It's piss in it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the same fucking thing.
They said that you can always tell that it's not 100% piss because squirt's never yellow.
It's never. Yeah. Okay, so like when I found that out though, that was post getting squirted on plenty of times. So like I'm a bit desensitized to the piss, and now like there's been times where like dire needs, like I'm driving the car, there's nowhere to stop, I gotta piss really fucking bad. Like I'll piss in like my empty water bottle, and when I get home I'll clean it out and fucking use it again as a fucking water bottle. Like it's piss, like there's people who like if piss touches their shit, they throw it away. Like
Yeah.
getting clean, like sanitation ain't a real thing.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, I've pissed in my shaker bottle for the gym at least twice.
Yeah, and then you
Maybe
drink
3
out of it
times.
again after you clean it really
Yeah.
fucking good. There's nothing fucking gross about that, but you better believe there's a ton of people out there who thinks it's sick.
Oh yeah. There's There's people that have bottles that are just for piss.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
I think that's better. That's better than having to piss in your own water bottle and shit. But like, if you're not a weirdo who carries around piss jugs, sometimes it's your only option.
If you had a piss jug that's in your car because you're constantly driving a lot, and it's common for you to have to piss,
not weird.
It's not weird.
Just don't have it in the car when somebody else.
But if you have like a piss jug in your bedroom,
trunk or something,
that's like down the hall from the bathroom, just because you don't want to take your lazy ass to the bathroom. That's a little upset. That's fucking disgusting.
But
You
then there's people who wouldn't think
no,
that at all.
I
The next level of
there's
us.
people that I know that are like gamers and shit, streamers, all that kind of shit, and they'll just piss in jugs right there at their fucking desk. Like, first
You can
off,
cap it.
nah, my desk is my holy space. I don't like having I don't beat off at my desk. I don't fucking pee at my desk. You know, this is like where my equipment is. I don't want fucking cummy fucking piss hands, dick hands all over my computers but not everybody feels that way. There's people's keyboards that are just covered in cum. Like they come on their keyboard. You know, like no
Oh yeah.
no
I mean,
fucking way.
there's levels of grossness for sure.
Yeah, I just
No, when I was a kid, a teenager, I wasn't so sanitary with my loads.
you would think as somebody that spends as much alone time as I do, because I'm alone a lot. Like, I'm
Mm.
married and I have a kid, but like when my kid's at school, like I work nights and my wife works days. I have a lot of like time where I'm just alone. And when I work, I usually work in my cubicle alone. I have a lot of head time. And you would think that somebody with so much alone time would have much more uh reckless masturbation and urinations and all that shit, because I can just do whatever. You know, I don't have to fucking put on the facade. I can just be as gross as as little piggy wants to be. And
Mm.
no, I don't like that shit. I like to be clean and cleanly. I enjoy being orderly and tidy, and I don't enjoy filth and being around. Maybe that's prison, because prison really fucking changed me on that.
Right. Yeah.
Because in prison we like it very clean. I like a very clean room. I like a very organized space, living space, because I've lived in such
A
small
spot of
space.
a spot of piss on a toilet sheet can be a seat, could be a shank in the neck.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, all jokes aside, but yeah, because like when we had, so like in medium and minimum, the toilet wasn't in our room anymore, but in max and in county, the toilet's in your room. And
Mm.
when the toilets when the toilet's in your room, bro, you're done. Like you don't want to be standing there pissing all over the floor of your bedroom. You know what I mean? That's facts. Like
Yeah.
piss
Stinky
splat
shits and all that stuff. Taking stinky shits in front of your bunkmate and all that shit.
drop and
Have,
flush. If you had to
yeah,
shit,
flush.
drop and flush. You know,
Mm.
we flush farts, bro.
Wow.
But
Well, I
but
guess you're not paying for water.
funny thing is though is like you don't gotta flush farts as soon as you get a white cellmate. And that ain't on no racist shit, but anybody that's ever been to prison knows that white boys play that fart and shit, and other people don't.
Okay.
Like, you could come up and fart by your friends and fucking be like, "You nasty motherfucker," and laugh it off. Like other races get mad at it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
You know,
they get mad at it. Like my Mexican homies and shit. Like the ones that are in real life, not like in jail ones. Like in jail, everybody has to fucking, you got to put your armor on. You know what I mean? So like all that playing shit you can't do no more. You got to take that shit
yeah.
seriously, right? So
Unless you get
all,
tight enough with people
well,
in
you
there
can
though,
get tight.
you can start fucking around.
There's certain things that like they say is white boy shit. You know, like
Mm-hmm,
gay,
mm-hmm.
like the gay joke and shit. That's white boy shit. Like
Mexicans too be twisting each other's nipples and
they,
stuff.
but not in jail.
Yeah, they do. I
No.
just seen a episode of Lockdown. The guy did
Okay. Just because you see,
it.
I'm just telling you, bro. I'm just telling you, a lot of them don't, because
Right.
they don't want to ever be seen as being on that gay shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
some play that shit.
That's
Some,
white boy
but
shit.
there's only some people that play that shit, bro. You can't play that way with everybody.
I had seen this dude on Instagram who was going around and going up to people at the mall, and all types of random people, white people, black people, Hispanics, and he'd ask them, "Hey, do you speak English or Spanish?" And whatever they say, he'd say in whatever language, he'd say, "Whoever moves next is gay."
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I
And
love that.
everybody, even the blacks, everybody just fucking plays along. They'll get a big old smile on their face and they'll just stay still.
Well, see, that's what's crazy too. Is like even even my black homies, like in the real world, like they'll even gay joke and play a little bit. You know what I mean? You a little bit. You can get them a little bit of shit. Like some shit's over the top, but like they don't do fucking ball taps and all that shit like fucking us homo white boys do. Fucking
Mm-mm.
we'll literally fucking touch meat and balls and shit to make a joke. And literally there's not a fucking gay bone in our bodies. Like I would not
Yeah.
suck your fucking dick. You know, like what the fuck? But I might give it a little jag. No, I'm just kidding.
My God. I was just thinking the other day about fucking how Zach does the streaking and shit, and that dude who stroked his cock.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to imagine if it were me, I'd never be. He stuck his cock out for a dude to fucking stroke, and then he pulled back for a second, and then dude had like said something I couldn't hear it. Like probably that's when he made the deal with "I'll give you a joint," and then Zach stuck it back out.
Yep. The dab bar at the gathering, y'all.
But
Watch out.
he didn't get hard. That has to be mentioned. He didn't get hard with dude stroking him off.
Yeah, but who's to say what he thought about when he went back to his tent that night?
To say I know, but he
Who's to
managed to not
say?
get aroused on point.
Well, but you also know that they say that I have no idea, but they say that if you have a big penis, it doesn't always get all the way hard because you know if it's just
Stays droopy.
yeah, it stays a little droopy. I don't
All
know.
right.
Maybe
Thing
he
is,
was hard.
I can compare to Zach, and no, that's not.
I'm just
He's not that big.
no, I know. I'm trying to give him the benefit. He's retarded, so like we got to give him something.
we do really.
So I
He's fucking busting out some mean ass tats right now. Gotta give
yeah,
him credit for that.
we got to give him something. I'd feel bad just pulling up a pity well for him, so I at least have to wingman for him in one way. You know, the only thing I feel like I don't know. Maybe the fucking penis isn't even that good because he can't get any return customers. He could seal the deal like once and then
It's his person. Mm.
but
Anyway,
yeah. But if sometimes if the sex is good enough you can look past the personality.
mm.
So maybe he just needs some Blue Chew. They have Blue Chew. Speaking of Blue Chew, our sponsor, I just seen they have Blue Chew Gold now. So if fucking the first one didn't work, then the gold is gonna win you first place, baby. Um, I have never even done the regular one, but I'd be down to try the gold. I'd try the gold first.
I never even knew that blue chews didn't work for people.
Oh, I don't know if they don't work. They do work, right? They work for everybody. I've only
That's
heard
all I've ever heard. I
I've
never
only
heard
heard
like
that they work, but I don't know what the gold is, but I think it's supposed to just be even. It
even
has
harder,
even
longer
harder.
lasting or some
Maybe
shit.
this one makes you fucking just shoot ropes. You're just
Y'all
fucking.
playing with fire with that shit, man.
You're gonna
All
not.
that easy button hitting. You don't want to fucking work on a boner. You just want to pop a pill and get one. Oh boy.
I don't want a pharmaceutical boner, Mister Leahy. I want a boner made with love.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes the love just ain't there, and you just need to get fucking hard, baby. And when you want to
And
get
I'm sure it's
fucking
great.
hard,
It's just like yeah, it's great. It's just.
you got that motherfucker just tucked up into your waistband, and that fucking helmet's just ready. Yeah. No, I don't know what that's like. But
Nah,
I'd try
neither
one.
do I.
I'd try one in a heartbeat. So Blue Chew, if you're listening, um, we're not gonna like read your ad space or nothing. You can have this little conversation as promotion. But yeah, send us some Blue Chew because we'll take it and do it. And then we'll fuck. And then not will fuck.
Send me a placebo. Placeboner.
And then if it works, then send the gold and I'll give it to my brother so that he can finally get some return customers.
Dude, Zach is just as horny as anybody could possibly be.
Yeah,
I don't think the erection could possibly be a problem. I'm sure he's rip roaring and raging. Maybe longevity is why he doesn't ever turn customers. Maybe just oh boy, busts his load right away,
I can. I
and
I
then
feel
the
like that
woman's gonna lay next
instantly.
to his awkward ass for a few hours afterwards.
Longevity. So he's just got to master the art of you got if you're super excited like that, you gotta fucking crank one off before you go see the chick,
Or
dude.
two or three, as many as you
You
can.
can't give her
The day
fucking.
before, you got to start the day before.
You can't give her the reserves, bro. You can't. You can't give her prime reserve because it's just not gonna last.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
You
gonna
need to tear that
last.
shit up prior, man. Make it numb so it doesn't feel as good. To last longer.
Beat off so many times that you're like kind of irritated that you're hard again. You're just like this fucking. Here we go again.
At least it ain't my dry ass hand.
This that way, and it's funny because this is some serious talk now from the Wormhole podcast. It's effective. It's effective because after you've already fucking finished at least once, now you're focused on them. You know what I mean? Like I can focus on them the whole time. And if I do it before they even get here, cheat code bitches because now she thinks that like I am just like a fucking stud. But literally because I'm focused on her, but literally it's just cuz I don't really even care about fucking busting again because I already did 3 times today.
Yeah, yeah. And sometimes that's necessary. I remember when I was younger. Sometimes it was necessary. If I knew I was going to be getting, I had a hot date, fine piece of ass. There's a great possibility of shit going down. I'll take care of business as well as I can
I was
prior.
just
I was serious about that. Start the day before and everything
I
too.
well I
But
was always
now
just
I'm old, man, and it don't work like that no more.
I was an overly horny teenager, so I fucking jerked off a few times a day, even though I was getting a pussy anyway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You fucking jerk off because you're bored, and I was an only child, so I that fucking boredom jerking off that became a thing like at 12, and I don't think it ever left me. I think it's been there ever since. You know, when all else fails, right? When all else fails, and there's nothing else to do, you could always just fucking rub one out and take a nap, right?
There's a crazy release. There's a crazy release of endorphins too when you freaking splooge and shit, man. Like it's that's why people be getting addicted to it and shit.
Well, all this masturbation talk's got me ready to do a little bit of
Area 420.
yeah, boy. Yeah, all this masturbation talk's getting me horny. You know what, guys? We're gonna fucking sign out. I gotta get some wax, man. It's been a minute. I've been smoking too much flour.
I picked up 15 G's. Last time I went to Michigan. That shit, dude. When we all went to pick up,
Oh, the wax.
when we all went to pick up that one time with Zach and all that shit lasted me 6 months, man. I spent $200. Shit lasted me 6 fucking months. That wax really lasts me. Takes a
Last
long time to go through fucking those 5 gram jars.
last time, yeah, that's a. I say it lasted me about 4 months. Uh, but I started getting into flour more. So that because I like the flour a little bit more, I like the higher quality flour because the cheap shit in Michigan is not the best. Like the cheap
Oh, of course
flours,
not.
yeah, it's
No,
not
no.
good.
You can go to Michigan and get high potency shit. You just gotta
I'm
fucking
kind of
spend more on it.
and even though Illinois is just the worst with tax, I gotta fucking give Illinois one thing. I've smoked marijuana from all over the country, and I don't want to see. And I'm not being biased. Illinois has some very good top tier dispensary marijuana. The weed is
Mm.
very good. It's just very expensive, and the cost,
That ruins it.
yeah, well, the cost versus quality ratio makes it not worth it. But the quality of it and the taste and everything, top tier. It's very fucking good weed.
That's
But
that shit you go to pick up when Snoop Dogg's coming, because at that point the price don't matter. You know, you're gonna be chilling with Snoop Dogg, but otherwise,
well, I'm about to.
go to Michigan.
I think even like gathering trips and all that moving forward, I'm gonna do a Michigan trip first and just kind of bring my own shit because all that fucking blunt man weed and all that
Oh
shit,
yeah, I'm done with it.
that shit
I'm done with
sucks.
it. No, this past year I didn't even go to buy a bag from Blunt Man, but I was around for that free joint
Yeah,
shit.
I
And
went.
just
I got a
throwing out
bunch
the
of the
joints,
free
and
shit.
man, that shit did me so bogus.
Well, the thing
THC,
that
fucking fake ass shit.
even the Airheads weed that I got that I smoked, like when I the it was the best at the gather, like some of the shit that I was smoking there, I was like, oh, it's good while I was there. But when I got home and compared it to the shit I had at home, I was like, none of this shit was like even comparably as good. And I was like, what is this bullshit that I'm buying while I'm here? You know,
For me,
it,
it wasn't even that like the quality that was lacking. It just the high. I hated the way that the high felt. It wasn't regular weed.
the hash that I got from Blunt Man, that shit was like when I got home and I got high regular off of my normal weed, and then I got high off that shit, like exactly the same. It's not the same high. It wasn't as good.
I get high every single fucking day. You know what I mean? Like I can call myself a connoisseur. I've
Yeah,
smoked
me
enough.
too.
Like that shit and other shit that I've had my hands on before makes me like a paranoid. Fucking just like makes me like feel like my nerves are all fucking clenching and shit like that. Like chemical fucking high shit. And that ended up being the shit that Delta 8
that nerve,
and
that nerve clenching shit. That's why I don't do acid no more because
Strychnine.
I start getting real fucking like tense and shit off of acid. And I don't
Mm,
like that feeling.
I seen the picture.
Oh yeah, yeah, you did see that.
That's one of my favorites. Love
That's
that picture.
that's one of my favorite gatherings.
Was that the first one we went to?
Yeah, that was the first one with all of us boys.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that was such a good gathering, man.
Damn straight, man. No,
Even though we were
my
sleeping on a
favorites.
fucking slope, I would roll off
That
my
was so
bed while
good.
I slept.
It was yeah. That was one of the best. It may be the second best for me. The best one was the one where we really didn't even leave camp that much, but it's just because we were in such a prime fucking spot. We were in the
Oh,
center of the goddamn
that
fucking.
was 2024.
Oh,
2024.
that
Yeah.
that's where the rich people come in and put in the mansion, man. Like I want it right there. We had
That
that
was
perfect fucking spot, man.
that
Perfect
was
spot on all the grounds.
that was the year of the shit. That
What did
was
we do that year? We
that was
were
Static
going around
X.
shooting people with the tank.
We I filled that dude's tent with
The
Orbeez.
Orbeez, yeah, that was a good one. I
Um,
filmed a little bit
the
of good
ribs,
stuff. You
the
doing the juggling and shit.
the ribs on the road.
The ribs on the road.
Remember those fucking ribs that went all nasty in
Oh,
the
the
cooler?
yeah, the raw.
They
Yeah,
started to
okay.
stink inside of the cooler, so we threw them
Yeah,
into the
you
road,
tossed them.
and then we threw them into the road like day one, and they stayed in the road until the last day, and they smelled so bad as you walk past them by the
I
last.
fucking, dude, I fucking love going there and just being a goddamn menace to it, man. Oh my god, I swear, man. I look so like to me, it's at the top. I love my family and all that shit. I love going to their birthday parties, seeing them and all that stuff. But fuck, like the gathering still has
It's
managed to
top
like
tier.
just go in there. Like you can't do that anywhere else. Anywhere else on this planet, you can't have that same experience. It's. I mean, I guess you. even with Burning Man, you know, there's all these mock events of Burning Man that are pretty much the same fucking thing. If anything, maybe even better because you're not suffering out in the middle of the fucking desert eating sand and shit. You know, it's just like the gathering is. I feel like I'm made for it too. I never recommend the gathering to most people. You know, like I'll make an assessment. You know,
Yep.
would this person enjoy the gathering? And most of the time,
No.
no.
Yeah. Most of the time, no. There's so many people. It's because like now I've been a juggalo since seventh grade. Um, I've been listening to ICP since seventh grade. In eighth grade was the first time I ever did face paint. Um, and I'm 38 now, so I don't know what year it is. You fucking do the math. I did face paint for the first time in eighth grade. Me and my buddy Tim. Uh, Shout out Tim. What up, yo? Uh, we went as Violent J and Shaggy Two Dope in Romeoville, and then he was fat and I was skinny, so he was Violent J and I was Shaggy Two Dope. That was the first time I ever did the paint, and that was around. I don't know what era it was, like music dropping wise, but we had like the Great Milenko and Riddlebox. So like
Mm.
that's what the fucking two albums we had that we were fucking jamming to. And then as I became like more and more Juggalo, then I started listening to Twisted and Blaze and all that shit. Like, but at first, you know, it was just like I heard the Great Milenko by ICP, and I seen him on fucking wrestling on WCW and WWF and shit. And I fucking they were our era of wrestling. The attitude era of wrestling, when wrestling was at its fucking coolest. Like that was when we Degeneration X and all that shit. Man, we lived in the best time of wrestling. Like wrestling was
Goddamn right.
cool as fuck back then. And like
Mm-hmm.
now that shit's fucking whack. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't
And right before all that, it was whack.
I'd yeah, right. I'd be embarrassed to say I was a wrestling fan nowadays because it's fucking ridiculous.
It
Like like
sucks. Yeah, it's
like
all clean and family
like I
friendly.
get it. I get it. Look, well, I don't want to say wrestling fan because that's a bad rap I'm putting on a lot of our fucking homies. I say a WWE fan. How the fuck are you like a mainstream wrestling fan with these gimmicks as terrible as they are nowadays? Like
I've
compare
seen snippets, you
seeing
know.
what we seen as kids though, like
Yeah.
fucking Undertaker and like I remember the Undertaker would fucking scare me as a kid. Like when he'd come out and
Same.
that shit
Mm-hmm.
was scary. When Kane fucking like thought
Kane,
we
yeah.
thought he was actually burned up and fucked up, and like we would fear him.
Yeah.
Like
When you're
these
young and you can have that kind
oh
of
these gimmicks
imagination
were
and believe
so
those things,
fucking
yeah.
good.
I mean, we know better now, but even as adults watching this stuff, like, damn, they fucking smash these storylines and shit, man. Like,
But
they
remember
fucking, this is the best fucking wrestling ever. I went back and watched even ECW, one of the most unorganized fucking professional wrestling
they made
leagues back then, and that stuff is so goddamn entertaining because all the wrestlers they were on drugs and
right.
they're pretty much just told to do whatever the fuck they wanted.
Yeah.
They'd make up their own wrestling matches, they take their own risks and shit like that. Like they always just wanted to entertain. You know, it was a whole
It was
the
that
whole
pop.
assembly of the show, the way that the whole production was put together is a completely different process than it is now. Now it's all like trying to be Hollywood and stuff,
Oh,
and broaden their demographic by appealing to like families and something that you're comfortable putting on in front of your kids and shit. But what they don't realize, man, like back in the Hulk Hogan days, back in the Attitude Era and shit like that, ratings were way
way
higher
higher.
than they are now. I'd start watching wrestling if it started looking like that again.
What
Absolutely.
I was watching this little documentary, and they were showing like um I forgot all the different wrestlers that were there, but literally back like in Iron Sheik days and uh like the older Fatu, like Rakishi and shit, like all of these older wrestlers, like back in wrestling in those days, they used to travel in like tour vans and tour buses with each other. and that's how they'd go to shows and shit. Like all of the wrestlers would tour together. It wasn't like flights and private jets and all that
Some of
kind
them
of.
would just drive themselves.
Yeah, some would, but a lot of the like people would tour and they'd bunk with each other and they'd get hotels with each other. And they were saying that a lot of times they wouldn't go to restaurants and shit. Even they would just pull the fucking Samoans would pull the grills out and they'd start grilling at local parks, and all the wrestlers would just be there and they'd eat and party and get drunk and then get back.
Anytime a wrestler goes out in public, they have to maintain their personality, their
Stay in
wrestler
character.
personality. Yep, they have to stay in character. It's part of their contract.
Yep, it's the kayfabe.
What's that? Kayfabe?
I don't know how to say the word exactly. It's kayfabe, Kayfabe, and that is the word of like the realism of wrestling. It's a word specific to wrestling, and it's like it's keeping up with your gimmick essentially, like outside of wrestling, pretending that this is real. Like you have to pretend that this is real essentially. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's pretty fucking crazy. Pretty crazy industry. But nowadays, it's not. I don't know. It's weird.
It's like I was saying. It's not done the same anymore. It's completely different.
I've seen a few JCW lunacies. Being a juggalo. Fuck JCW. It's not bad, but the gimmicks are still gimmicky. Like it's not. I don't know, man.
I've seen bits of AEW, and for the most part, it's just like nothing appeals to me about it. But I've actually seen a handful of decent wrestling matches on AEW. Some talented people, things that actually got me going and excited. Like whoa. Like I seen a couple of those. I forget what like luchador type matches where they're all like swinging on each other and doing all like it's all of course choreographed as fuck. Like that shit's impressive.
But it's impressive. It's super talent.
Yeah, I've seen some AEW good matches at AEW. So I know that there's still some good wrestling being made, but there's not a network that's just constantly putting out fucking spectacular fucking shit that you think about the next day and shit like that. Oh, I wonder what's gonna happen. I wonder if he's gonna marry dude's wife.
Is Edge actually gonna fuck Lita on the stage?
Is Stone Cold gonna fucking smack another broad? Yeah, like fucking wild. Those are wild times, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope that it's not that because we were just kids, but like I even think back to like the goofiest thing ever is like having somebody that's like not human, right? Because we know better. We know monsters and all that shit aren't real. But like, remember the Brood and Gangrel? Like the vampire dudes.
Yeah.
Like bro, he was actually scary. It wasn't like a goofy fucking vampire, like
because we were kids.
And Viscera, Viscera was just a big.
Oh yeah.
Like we forget that he
mohawk, fucking.
Like all these dudes were fucking.
The eyes
spooky.
Always had the contacts and shit. Yeah. Spooky as fuck. That stuff did have an effect on me. It always did scare me, but it still kept me watching. It was entertaining.
You ever see the boogeyman? That dude that ate the worms and shit.
I don't remember.
He was like a little bit later on, but like he was a little. That was a little bit a few years later. That was like in our late teens when he came out. He was like John Cena time, so like that was a little bit later on, which is crazy considering like. I remember when John Cena first came out, and I feel like wrestling was already starting to go downhill. His Attitude Era was kind of over. The era of Stone Cold and all that shit was kind of like
down, that was the end of it.
Yeah. And The Rock and all that. Like how goofy is it for him to be like, "Do you smell what The Rock is cooking?" Like that sounds so.
I never liked The Rock.
Stupid.
I never understood
but he had
why
so
he was
much
so
appeal.
Popular. Yeah, he did, but not to me. I never understood that. I never understood why people like The Rock so much. Also, John Cena.
I liked John Cena, but I was never into any of the underwear wrestlers. Like
Oh, if they only wore the
if
thing,
they only
yeah.
wore
Oh
if they only wore the
yeah.
underwear, I was like, I always clowned them, you know, like the only one that ever got away with it and was cool. Well, there was two. The only two cool underwear wrestlers was Batista, who's a fucking tool now, and then remember Batista, and he'd do the
I'm
machine.
trying to. I definitely recognize the
He
name.
was
What was?
real
What would
big.
he do?
He was real big. Had all the tattoos, and he would fucking do the machine gun thing, and then the bombs behind him when he entered the ring.
Fuck, I can't picture him. I can't. I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't picture him.
And then Goldberg.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Goldberg was
Goldberg was an
underwear, but
underwear
hey,
wrestler.
but
Underwear
he was an
wrestler.
underwear wrestler. But he was a bad motherfucker. So like you could,
He was
and then
so entertaining to watch.
come to find out that like Goldberg's actually a terrible wrestler. He's
Mhm.
way too stiff. He doesn't know how to like sell moves and shit. Like we never knew none of that. We just seen him clobbering
His
people,
main move was a football
a
tackle.
spear, and he would fuck people up with that thing, man.
Yeah, shoot him, man, because he weighed a lot and he could
Man,
move.
speaking of that
That bullet.
spear, there's a new wrestler, Braun Breaker. You ever heard of that dude?
Mm-mm.
He's a new wrestler. He's I think he's fucking Scott Steiner's son. Either Scott or Rick
Oh
Steiner.
shit. Okay.
One of
No
one of the
shit.
Steiner brothers' sons.
Wow.
But he's got
Cool.
a spear now that he fucking runs and bounces off the ropes before he spears you. So he spears you like lightning
Super
fast.
fast.
Dude, it takes
Nice.
motherfuckers off their feet. Oh man, like
That sounds cool.
it's a good one. It's a good move. It's a
Powering up the fucking
yeah,
speed. Hell yeah. I
like
love that.
the
Uh,
spear was already just
we got to
ruthless.
see a lot of creativity get expressed as well during that era. New wrestling moves and stuff that are put out, and I feel like the possibilities have been exhausted by that period of
But
wrestling. That like
we
you
also
can't
got to
make up any
see
new ones. That was a good one though. The speeding up, I like that.
we got to see the best of
Creative.
their best in their prime. We seen
Like
the
the
best
fucking
high flyers. We seen everybody that was the best at what they do. You know, like we seen prime Rey Mysterio. We seen him when he was in his 20s, able to fucking jump across from fucking rope to the other side.
and we seen not prime Bubba Ray Dudley when he's just a big old fat dude.
It's crazy how in shape he is now
Yeah.
compared to like
He went
what.
and got buff as fuck. Yeah. He's a
But yeah,
monster
we've
now.
seen not prime Bubba and Devon, but they
Yeah,
were
Devon too.
they were
Wasn't as
prime.
jacked as he is now.
They were prime as far as fucking just being crazy. They were
It's
at their
cool ass
craziest.
wrestling matches. They were a heel, man. They would get their asses whooped most of the time. But the things that they would do, my favorite wrestling move of all times has always been a Bubba cutter. Even though one of my least like moves is the cutter move when you get somebody's head on your shoulder, because I understand like how does that hurt? I don't understand how that hurts. But anyway, like the Bubba cutters when he take them, throw them up into the air over his
And
head,
then
and as they're coming down, get their head and fucking go down the mat. I was always like, what? Blown away by that one. I loved it.
yep.
And he might have stole that from somebody else in the past. That might have been done before him. But he's the first person I've seen do it.
Yeah, that's why like it's crazy because all of the big people were so talented though.
Yeah.
Like the biggest wrestlers
Of
could still
course.
wrestle their asses off. Rikishi was an excellent wrestler.
Huge.
Huge dude.
Just see, that's what people don't think about. Like when you are that big, depending on the bigger you are, you got less energy. You're just to move takes way more blood flow and energy and shit than it does for the average person. These people are wrestling,
People
doing wrestling matches, lifting something, throwing it, rolling, doing everything, taking bumps.
yep.
That it's extremely impressive. I don't care if they're overweight. That is an athlete. That is a fucking professional athlete.
Bro, you know how big the Undertaker is, right? You remember he used to walk the tightrope. That was
No
one.
shit. I
That
don't
was
remember ever
yeah.
seeing
That was
that.
one of his moves.
I wasn't big into WCW. I was more
That was
WWF.
WWF.
I mean, no, other way,
WCW.
sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
would
no, the
watch
Undertaker
WCW.
back in the day, the Undertaker he didn't do it all the time, but it was one of his moves that he would walk from the turnbuckle on the ropes while holding on to you, and he would walk the tightrope.
Mm.
And that shit was cool. I mean, that big motherfucker walking on that tightrope, like that's crazy. That's just athleticism that they would have back then. And
Yeah.
who else was a big guy that could move? Vader, fucking Vader. Vader had some serious, like, if you look back at some of his actual moves, he had some flip moves and all types of shit. He would do
And he was
jumps.
as round as a ball. That guy, huge, huge,
Vader,
fat,
fat as fuck. Hey,
as
but and
fuck.
then you ever see Vader like flexing and shit without his suit on? Like he was fat as shit, but he was like just swole under there too. Like
It's
he was
so
just
fucking
a
wild.
ball of meat.
And
And
that guy was a real life monster. In the middle of a match, his eyeball was knocked out of its socket. He pushed it back in and kept fucking wrestling, dude. That guy is a fourth. That's some fucking hardness, dude.
yep,
Like if you're in the middle of war and you're a badass, like you fucking keep shooting your gun even though you're bleeding out, like that's pretty badass.
yep,
But this guy it's his job. He's in a wrestling match. He could have said, "Take me to the fucking
yeah.
hospital now." it just that would have been it. It wouldn't have been the end of his life or anything. It would have been self-preservation. But no, pop that sucker back in and kept wrestling.
Uh,
Fucking Sabu, he had a nasty gash that he got in a fucking a barbed wire match,
yeah.
and it split his bicep open, nasty. And mid match, he rips off a piece of his fucking clothing, wraps that fucker up, and while they're like punching at each other and shit, wraps that fucker up. That's just a wide open fucking gash, bleeding like a
Yeah, yeah,
motherfucker.
that cut
He
him into the
wraps it, and
meat.
keeps fucking, and does the most craziest fucking high flying fucking risk taking shit afterwards. Like he didn't bitch out and call the fight and have get pinned and shit. No, he went on, dude, and did wild shit.
That's
Those people,
oh, dude.
that doesn't exist. Well, it does exist, but it's like nasty Japan wrestling, and they're like fucking all getting gashed open, all crazy. I can't watch that shit. It's too
No,
hardcore.
it doesn't exist because like even motherfuckers like Mick Foley, like Mankind,
Mm-hmm.
bro.
Took a beating like a son of
The
a bitch.
fucking the match where Mick Foley and the Undertaker when they broke through the top of the steel cage, like that wasn't
Should
supposed
have
to
been it.
happen.
Yeah, it should
That
have
shit,
been it,
they were
but it
fucked
wasn't.
both of, and then dude jumps. He's like, well, fuck it, homie broke through, so like let's keep it going. And I'm like,
And he's
bro,
not dead,
no.
And
And
he
they
was still
kept
cool
fucking.
going on with the match and still did even more fucking crazy, painful ass, high flying fucking shit.
They said
Yeah,
Mick
and
Foley lived like he was homeless. Like he lived out. He kept his luggage in a garbage bag and would just like fucking be sleeping at the airport with fucking newspaper on him and shit. Like he literally lived like he was homeless. He lived for wrestling. These dudes lived to entertain us. And that's not the case anymore. Now everybody looks at it like it's a job. If
yeah,
they get
yeah,
hurt, they they gave their lives for us. So the Attitude Era is always going to have a place in my heart even if it's fuck wrestling for the rest of my life. Like every fucking member of that organization gave their life for us. Like, bro, like name another organization where fucking the son and the daughter and the dad would even be out there wrestling. Like Vince
yeah.
McMahon would be wrestling like a motherfucker. Shane O'Mac was one of the best wrestlers in WWF. Like Shane McMahon could keep up with any of the other wrestlers on the roster.
Think of all the influences and stuff that we grew up with during that time. There was the Attitude Era wrestling that was just completely out of fucking control. There was the pushing boundaries and shit. South Park, Beavis and Butthead, all coming in. Um, what else? Fucking there was other good stuff. Jackass, just deviancy, tons of deviancy, and like we just that's why like this newer generation, this one next to us, is softer because everything's padded for them now, and I think that if you did try to have a big network that was, ran like ECW and stuff like that, hardcore wrestling and all that stuff, it's not going to appeal to enough people to pay a high salary that deserves harming your body like that. And these people in these indie circuits who are doing these like high extreme wrestling things like that. First of all, not many people watch it. Second of all, they're not getting paid much, and then you also have so many people casting so much shame at them, like, bro, you just did all that for a Pizza Hut coupon or something like that. Like who really wants to be like that? But I would think a lot of like the people in Japan who are doing it and stuff, like they're all mentally ill. They got some serious issues.
Yeah, I think we've just as a society we've started to I don't think it's that we fell out of love with it. I think that what they're pushing down our throats has changed. Like they used to push gore a lot more than they do now.
Mm-hmm.
They used to push gore a lot more. They push in action movies would be more gory. Horror movies would be more gory.
Almost
Um,
every man in our generation had seen a Faces of Death video or two.
and now
Um,
they just they're breeding a softer bunch nowadays.
yeah.
They don't show like even the Ultimate Fighter, like the UFC is evolved so much from what the Ultimate Fighter used to be. Back in the day when it would just be like pride fighting and you'd have fucking different weight classes against each other and they'd be beating each other fucking bloody.
Mm-hmm.
They would beat each other senseless. And now it's like rules and refereed and like there's still blood and shit, but not nearly as what it used to be. But
But now
they're
with the super
protecting.
clean ones like WWE and stuff, if somebody's bleeding, they actually get fined for that. The wrestlers get fined if they bleed.
Yep, they can't blade and all that shit anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like we knew I they were so good at it back then that we didn't know wrestling was fake. You know what I mean? Like they
But we were
like
also kids with
I think we
imagination.
knew it was fake, but like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're
you
right. You're right.
you you still
You would
believed it.
see those punches that don't connect and
Yeah, you
stuff
would
like
see
that, but
it.
it's entertaining. You
Yeah.
buy into it enough, and it's the same when you watch a TV show. Like Breaking Bad is one of those shows that had me just captivated, thinking like, oh, I wonder what Walter's gonna do next, like he's a real person or something.
Yeah.
Like you buy into the story for the entertainment value
Yeah,
for sure.
I thought the dad from Malcolm in the Middle was actually cooking meth. Like that and it was
No.
like the best meth too, like I wanted to smoke his meth for sure.
My dad said that he couldn't watch Breaking Bad because of Malcolm in the Middle, because he
Yeah.
remembers he just thinks Stewie's dead.
Yeah.
And how fucking goofy he was, and always in his
Oh,
underwear and shit. And then he's always in his underwear in fucking
again,
Breaking Bad.
yeah, there's so many goofy parts of Breaking Bad too. The pizza on the roof
I
and
love that show.
it's my favorite
That's
show.
I'm not a big TV fan, but that fucking show, that masterpiece.
Yeah,
I've watched it a few times.
Breaking Bad. I've seen it countless times. Better Call Saul. I like that.
I gave that. I would
I like
I'll
that
go
whole
through.
world.
It was okay.
The movies, El Camino was pretty
Mm,
good.
all the spin-offs.
Um, the Better Call Saul kind of got me into what's his name, Bob Odenkirk, the guy that plays Saul.
Hmm. I
He
like him as an actor.
yeah, he put out some movies like he put out Nobody and shit like that. Like he's a good actor. I like everything he's in, and he was in a sketch comedy show with uh is it David Cross? No, I can't remember. He has a sketch. He has an older sketch comedy show also that's pretty good. We checked it out a few times, and then
Mm.
yeah, of course fucking Trailer Park Boys is always going to be my number one. That is the best show to ever been fucking thought of and thunk of. That was fucking the best
And
show that could have been
that
wrote.
just goes to, that's just another example, a bit off topic, but this is another example of like how there's two different types of people. Because I've only met people who absolutely loved Trailer Park Boys or absolutely hated it.
Yeah,
Thought that like I don't get it. It's like two different people, two different worlds, man. But I'm one of the people. Yeah, I love Trailer Park Boys. That was a. I feel like the funniest by far, the funniest comedy fucking thing. I thought it was a masterpiece as well.
Well, it's weird because there's people that don't like comedy.
Yeah, who aren't
They
that into
they
comedy?
don't really like to laugh. And I was like
Right. I can see that.
I just I couldn't imagine like that's like laughter is the best
Yeah,
medicine.
for us, I guess, man,
Laughter is
because
everything.
even when I want to watch a movie or something like that, I usually go to a comedy, because like people who choose horror movie all the time and never watch comedies is like, why? Like,
Yeah.
I want to laugh, especially after watching a horror movie.
I don't have no hate against my homies that watch nothing but horror movies, but you're a little fucked
Mhm.
up in the head. You know, you got to be a little fucked up in the head to like
You
only
should go bail out the bone collector.
yeah. Like if you're watching nothing but horror movies, I bet you have a little bit of like a serial killer fetish too. Like you like dead shit, you know, and that's cool. And that ever, dude, individuality is what makes life worth living. If I
Mhm.
fucking
Mhm.
walked into a room full of senseless fucking drones every day, I would fucking have. I'd keep trying to kill myself until it worked. God damn it! Like I would hate it. Like life
Yeah,
would suck.
definitely.
But but like so I definitely embrace these people. I just you have to admit to yourself though that you're a little fucked up in the head because if all you're watching is murder and death and fucking gore and shit, yeah, you're,
Everybody's got guilty pleasures and stuff like that. I feel like everybody's got something that
if
from some group would view as not right or something
if you
like
like
that.
if like
There's
this
degrees of that, but yeah, there comes a point where it could be dangerous. You know, whatever your fascination is and stuff like that. And I'd say that if you're into that kind of stuff, death in
yeah
general, like you're going down a road that needs to be
yeah that's a
dangerous.
slippery slope.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah. Well,
and you can't
like
blame people for being wary, even though you seem to be of a good state of mind with when interacting with you and stuff like that. But yeah,
I know
people
people
might think you can snap.
I know people that are like horror movie heads that are kind of like turned on when like a chick's bloody and shit like that, like in a movie,
Yeah,
and like you gotta
sure, sure.
that's teetering on a slippery fucking slope too because like you know you're fucking on the cusp of possibly being a murderer and getting off on that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I but hey, fuck it, right? I mean, we're overpopulated, so in a weird morbid way, we do need murderers.
There's so many minds who just when they hear something like that though,
I
they
mean,
think that it's just so wrong. And
we need a
I'm
good
with you. I'm with you
we need a
100%. But
good
I do understand
we need a
the
good
people who
serial killer.
really don't want to hear that kind of shit.
We need a good serial
I'm
killer to come
sorry,
out.
y'all. For whoever
Like we're
got
running out of fucking content here, so we need a good serial killer to fucking cover. Like it's been a minute since we've had any like real good ones. You know, like real high
yeah,
profile serial killer cases.
it was very, very much harder to do now with everybody having a fucking camera in their pocket and ring doorbells and shit. Like you can go get another plate or something like that, like off somebody's
Oh
car,
yeah, a
put it on your
car, yeah.
car or something like that. You can take all these measures to like not get caught and shit like that. But it's going to be some cameras that fucking clip you right off the bat. It's going to be some CCTV or somebody's ring doorbell camera that saw you pull out of your driveway with that license plate and all that shit. Like there's cameras everywhere, cameras fucking everywhere. That's why you're not. I don't think we're going to see any good ones. Like even the people who do murders and stuff like that who really just have the intention of killing somebody, they're always dumb enough to like bring their cell phone with them or something like that, and then like, okay, once they're being investigated, they get their freaking provider gets subpoenaed for that information, and then boom, they got you, bro. Like
I don't
you
know.
can't get away with it.
Yeah, that's true. Like there certain crimes evolved, you know, like bank robbery ain't what it used to be. You know, train robbery ain't what it used to be.
pirating in general, jumping on ships and shit like that. I mean, they're still doing it.
Even
It's still happening.
pirating in general, even like not just on the water, but also on like media,
Media,
digital pirating. Like I don't know, it's I feel like that's even went down. I remember like 20 years
Big time. Oh,
ago,
yeah. Everybody's music that they
everybody
played was fucking pirated. I remember that, but that's because everybody was just so excited about the technology. And
being
whoa, I'm getting
able
music for free. And now you can get it for next to nothing
pennies
on,
on the dollar with
yeah.
subscriptions and shit.
Subscriptions. They're just paying for the music. I every once in a while like to buy some music on iTunes because no matter what, I'll always have that music
Yeah, I
as
think
long as I have an Apple device.
I want to. Is there ways that I'm so out of the loop with buying music now? I know I could like buy a CD and all that stuff and like upload the MP3 files from the CD. Can you still put like CDs? Oh fuck! I forgot the fucking computers don't even have disk drives nowadays. I gotta get
So
a disk drive to put a CD onto my PC.
so what was I gonna say? Fuck. Oh, in the past, you used when you used to be able to download MP3s that you had already owned and stuff like that on your computers into iTunes. You used to be allowed to do that. These discs still appear in my iTunes library, but a ton of songs, some albums, none of the songs, they're just all grayed out and they won't allow me to play them.
Oh, that's whack.
Yeah.
That's so whack.
So I'm guessing, I haven't tried, but I'm guessing that you probably can't
I haven't
download
like
MP3s.
I remember back in the day, you'd put your CD in like on a PC, not on a Mac, but like you'd put your CD in and you could download it into the media player, and it would be all of the
Mm-hmm.
MP3 files. And I was like, I wonder if I could still do that on PC, but
Yeah, I wonder.
I have to
I
buy an
have a laptop that's
external.
got a disk drive.
I gotta buy an external disk drive for my PC so I can try it out. And if that's the case, then I might go hit up like Disc Replay and just start picking up a bunch of like CDs so I can have an actual library again. That'd be nice.
Fascinating fact. CDs have a shorter life than VHS tapes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Just because of the way that the data is stored in the disk, it relies on magnets, and so does VHS. But it's just something about the way it's all made. VHS just lasts longer,
And VHS has a finite lifespan.
of like 35 years,
Yeah. Because
max,
I know
pretty
a lot of
much.
people that have like old VHS collections and their film is like deteriorating and shit. And like
Mm-hmm.
if not deteriorating, the VCRs just keep eating all the tapes.
Right. The tape itself is becoming more brittle. The quality of um, the data on it might be okay, but the tape itself might break in the player when you're trying to
Which is
get it all,
nuts.
digitize all of it.
It's nuts considering that there's people literally with like 8 track and cassettes that still work because they
That's
preserved them.
insane.
You
That's
know,
the same technology as the VHS.
think maybe it has to do with like the larger film or something. Who knows? Maybe it just I don't know. I feel like
Every brand had a different longevity too, I noticed, because there were certain, because I just recently, for those who don't know, I just recently transferred a whole bunch of family VHS tapes to digital. And what I had, the whole process was I had a standalone device that would transfer VHS to DVD, and then I'd have to take those DVDs and rip them to digital files. And as easy as you might think that is, it's oh my god, the whole DVD to digital is a fucking nightmare. And so like there were tapes like from certain brands that like didn't play anything. Everything was completely deteriorated, and they were newer. Um, when the standard used to be VHS to record with on handheld camcorders, the technology advanced and the tapes got smaller, but it was still the same kind of tape being written on as a VHS and shit. And the quality on those, the audio and the video was, and they were newer, way newer than the old VHSs, the big ones. The quality on those was deteriorated crazy. The old ones lasted long, but then there were old ones that were completely deteriorated as well. Like there was nothing left on them. It was just static when it played. And every once in a while, through the static, you could see what it was, but sad. So sad to see that shit because those memories. But, you know, there were some that looked spectacular that were even older. I think brand really depended on longevity.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm happy but sad about the digital era. I'm happy because as long as everything's working, we'll have it pristine for life, right? But if we ever
Now we have clouds.
but if we lose that data or lose access to that cloud, then once again, then we've become reliant on it to where it's like we're containing everything. So before, like if it's deteriorating, at least you only lost one tape. Now, if we were to ever lose data, or if we were ever to lose like the internet, we just lost everything.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Your memories are just what's in your head. That's all you're
Yeah.
gonna ever have. And it's weird because like my parents had a flooded basement and a bunch of stuff got damaged. So it's weird because like even now, there's very few childhood photos of me because all of our photos were damaged. Everything was damaged in the flood. So it's just fucking gone.
Yeah, and a ton of stuff was left behind at Grandpa's house too when they left. Lots of families, heirlooms, and photos.
It's just fleeting memories now.
Yeah,
Barely even remember it.
and it's, I'll tell y'all though, like the value of having recorded video, be able to watch all your childhood events as an adult and stuff like that is fucking priceless.
Yep.
Like that is like the most enlightening shit ever. And yeah, like I'd recommend it for anybody. Like even now, I notice that like people record their kids and stuff like that a lot, and that's great. But like how you said, if you ever lose like access to the cloud or the internet in general ends up getting like, I don't know, taken out of those data centers where your
Yeah.
stuff gets taken out or corrupted or whatever the hell, 'cause hackers, they can do whatever the fuck to anything that's computer controlled. So yeah, I don't know. When you got your own standalone like records, in your own home, like that you take care of, as long as you don't burn the fucking place down or some shit or
But even as
water
simple
damage.
even as simple as like I know people that have um huge galleries on their phones that they never backed up, and then they damaged that phone, and then they lost everything in that gallery. So
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that 2 year, 3 year period, you just lost every photo you ever took in that time.
Mm-hmm.
So I lost phones, me personally, doing that. So that's why I'm big on external hard drives. And normally, as like I usually do it not often, but like when my phone's starting to say it's getting filled up, I'll just like hook up to the PC and I'll transfer all my photos into hard drive that I want to keep, and then I just delete everything in
Another
my phone.
interesting fact I have for you. Portable hard drives have even less of a life than a DVD.
Yeah, because of the disc inside.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen them
Yep.
deteriorate.
And I'm talking about max life. Max life of a external disk drive, I think, is like 15 years or some shit like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah. And well,
Clouds are in theory, it's like despite any possibility of corruption and stuff like that, like freak accidents that could occur. So clouds are the best way to preserve your media. Um, but there's things that can happen that can destroy that as well. As far as longevity goes, yeah, like even I used to think that, yeah, portable hard drive would probably be the best, but yeah, they got less life, dude. It's
well,
fucking
luckily,
whack.
luckily for me, I'm like a tech. I've never had a hard drive go out on me or be corrupted,
Even the
but
solid states.
I'm enough of a. I always want to upgrade. So I always have that urge to upgrade. So like with the size capabilities getting larger and larger, I remember like the first hard drive I had was only like not even 500 gig, you know, and then I got a terabyte, and then I got a 2 terabyte, and now I'm looking at like the 10 and the 15 terabytes because if I'm gonna start building any kind of a digital library, I'm gonna want to have as many terabytes as possible. But then that gets into different kinds of hard drives. You know, I don't know how I seen like, you ever see the big like 15 terabyte towers? I don't really know how they operate on the inside. So I don't know longevity wise how long they're going to last for, but I do know that there's people that are very, very anal about their data that need it, especially people that do like illegal repositories for pirating. They're very big on buying the big tower hard drives because I don't know if it lasts longer or if it just performs better for doing what they need to do. But when they link their repositories for these sites that share the pirated data, essentially they're allowing their hard drive to be accessed by other people. So they want these big, high-performing hard drives. But especially with doing, you know, photography, videography, our files are fucking huge. Podcasting, these are multiple gigabyte files each, so it's starting to just become a necessity to have.
Speed has to be taken into consideration. Fucking, if you want to like edit your videos but keep them on the hard drive, the external hard drive, you know, you're gonna need speed.
Solid state for that.
Solid states, yeah, but you do solid states longevity is comparable to the other ones, the older ones, the disc.
Yeah, they got these other ones now. You know, like your internal solid state drives, the ones that go into
heard of that.
They have the actual storage cards that go inside of your PC. They have an external device to where you can put the big internal ones in this little device and then plug it up just like a flash drive.
Okay.
But like you would just plug via USB-C into this little box, and then you can just plug it right in, and it powers itself. I was like, that's pretty lit.
Cool.
And that takes away that disc inside, and it turns it into just a chip. It's just a microchip essentially. So I would assume that the lifespan of that would just be a little bit longer, but it's still, once again, plastic. It gets brittle. Everything's got a lifespan, unfortunately. You know?
Yeah.
But as we've come to find out in our age, like, we didn't have the cell phones. We didn't have as many video cameras and all that shit. We had, you know, camcorders and shit like that. But we didn't have it all device relative, like on our phones. So we did have a lot of family photos that were paper and binders and all that stuff. That doesn't exist as much anymore nowadays. But as we found out, you know, I found out in particularly that, you know, that shit gets damaged. It doesn't withstand the test of time, you know, fires, water, mildew.
It can if it's well taken care of, but you know that requires effort.
Yep. Yeah, a curator.
Keep it in a room, that dry room.
Yeah.
It takes, but people throw these up in their attic and shit like that, you know.
Yeah. Attics or basements, the most humid places in their house.
Yeah, it's either humid and cold or humid
dry.
And hot. Or dry and hot.
All right.
Oh, man.
We got to wrap it up, y'all. As always, check us out on our socials at the Wormhole Podcast. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, shoot us a message, whatever the fuck. Till next time, y'all, stay safe out there and keep your eyes to the skies. Wormhole out. Peace.
It's the motherfucking wormhole, homie. It's the motherfucking wormhole, homie. Yeah, yeah. It's the motherfucking wormhole, homie. It's the motherfucking wormhole, homie. Yeah, yeah.